We'll be strong enough to pick the points up. But we've said many times before, Bryn, standing here, this league is a funny league. You know, you just don't know what's going to happen. I look at the result last night. You know, Nottingham Forest 0, you know, like Millwall 3. I know Millwall were on the cusp of the top six, but they expected Nottingham with the run they were on to go and get a result. So anything can happen. But, you know, I just hope the day we hit Ben Pablo Hernandez 150th, you know, he turns it on the day. You could do with somebody like him the day to create, gives that little bit of spark. You know, he's a creative player, he can make openings, he can score goals himself, as we've seen. So we're looking for a big performance for the team today.
Second half Hull was a lot of fun, there was a lot to enjoy there, but it doesn't have to be that way, does it? And the previous results and victories have shown a different way to do it.
Of course there is, Ren. I mean, that's the thing about football. I mean, if you go out there and you don't concede goals, there's always a chance you might, you know, scrape one. However it comes, and any victory today, 3 points, I don't care how it comes today, if you pick your 3 points up today, that's a great result, especially in a local derby.
They've got players, as you've already mentioned, Grant on 16, but Mounier's been coming off the bench. He's got 8. They've got Bakunu's got 6. So there's 3 players at least there who know how to score.
Well, you're talking about 30 goals probably, you know, and they can score. And Mounier coming off the bench, as you say, he's a big threat. That's something they can look at if things aren't going well for them and we're in top. I just think that if we play like we're capable of playing, we should have too much for them. But in saying that, you've got to go and you've got to approach the game in the right manner. And first and foremost, you've got to take control of the game, get on top of them, let them know there's not going to be anything for them here at Elland Road, and hopefully get a result, whatever means it comes.
By whatever means necessary. Another huge game to come here at Elland Road, Leeds United against Huddersfield.
Get on top of them and make sure they know there's going to be nothing here for them at Elland Road. The wise words of Leeds United legend Eddie Gray, and he touched as well there on the fact that we're gonna need a bit of Pablo for a bit of buzz. 150th appearance today. What is it like, Adam, to have that kind of experience in the dressing room?
Massive. He's the magic man, like you alluded to earlier. He's just so creative.
Look good.
Yeah, it's true. No, it's true. Yeah.
But no, they create the space for him, and he's a match winner. That's the big thing. He'll try things. He might give the ball away in the final third, but you want him to do that. You want him to go for a pass where it might not be on, because he'll need to do it 1 out of 10 times, and majority of times it's produced, as that montage kind of shows. And like I say, he's a quiet man, but he comes alive on the pitch. That's where you want him to be.
He certainly does. His ears must be burning. He must know that we're talking about him. Let's get the thoughts of Pablo Hernandez ahead of today's game. Well, we were saying that he's very quiet and humble. I mean, he was literally silent there. Sorry, Pablo, we couldn't hear you. But back to this game, because obviously not long till kick-off now. How do you see both sides setting up, guys?
Well, from our point of view, it'll just be like any other game at Elland Road. I think Huddersfield will probably try and make it difficult, get men behind the ball, but it's nothing we haven't come up against. So it's just starting bright, again the cliche, start bright, start at a tempo. Where it's best when we move that ball quick, especially like the 2 centre halves, instead of taking 3, 4, 5 touches, allows them to get set up in a defensive structure. Just take 1, 2 touches, shift it, do the little basic things, and then get into their half, get into their final, into our final third. And that's when like Sir Pablo comes alive. Click as well, we not even spoke about him, his movement off the ball, his running, especially into those wide channels. We always create an overload out there, so that could be key. Getting the likes of Grant, if he's playing on the left hand side, I don't think he wants to do the defensive duties as much, so keep isolating them with Bill. Hopefully you get another deflected goal.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. As always, former Leeds United player Ben Parker will be back at half time. Thank you so much, Adam Forshaw, and best of luck with your recovery. Cheers. They have won the last 4 in the row. Can they make it 5? We'll hand you over now to your commentary team of Bryn Law and Ben's former teammate Andy Hughes.
Aaron Moy Day, as we call it, and Town's victory on the way to promotion.
Welcome to Elland Road, the latest instalment of a centenary season story that we yet hope will have a glorious ending. 10 games to go, 10 games that stand between Leeds United and a place in the Premier League. Results in the last 24 hours have been favourable, to say the least, in terms of Leeds' hopes and aspirations this season. Nottingham Forest beaten at home by Millwall last night, and then Bristol City holding Fulham to a draw this very lunchtime. So Leeds have a chance this afternoon to extend the gap between themselves and the side behind them in third place in the Championship table. As ever, Ellen Road is going to be filled to capacity. Slightly different feel to the atmosphere going into the game today, because so much of the talk is about matters not related to football and the potential impact of a virus that's sweeping the globe currently. But for now, things are as they should be. A full house here at Ellen Road, and the two teams emerging from the tunnel down below us to take the applause of the home supporters. A West Yorkshire derby, Leeds United against Huddersfield. Crackling good atmosphere, absolutely guaranteed. So wherever you're following the game, whether it's West Yorkshire or well beyond, anywhere around the world, it's another one to savour this afternoon here at Ellen Road. Alongside me, delighted to say that we've got Andrew Hughes to run his eye over the game.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure.
My pleasure to be here.
When we look at the teams, as we will do in just a moment, we'll see that the big news from Leeds United's point of view is a player absent again. Not something that had been discussed, that I was aware of, at least in the build-up to this game. But Leeds United will be missing Calvin Phillips for this game this afternoon. So Berardi comes in, as he has done recently, as the replacement for Calvin Phillips. The injury, we believe, has recurred there with the Leeds man. So Berardi in for Phillips. And Huddersfield Town, it's very straightforward as far as Huddersfield Town are concerned, because they come into this game off the back of 2 victories, and as a result of that, they are unchanged from the second of those 2 victories. The only change indeed for Huddersfield Town in any capacity is the return of Andy King, the Welsh international, who's fit again, and he takes his place amongst the replacements for Huddersfield. If you're looking for names in that starting 11 for Huddersfield, look no further than Carlan Grant, the man who plays on the left, that has 16 goals for the visitors already this season. So we're almost ready for the off. That Phillips absence, how do Leeds cope with that one?
I think Leeds cope with it the same way that they've coped with adversity all season. They stick to their identity, the way they're playing. Obviously different players have different relationships, so when Calvin's on the ball, Bamford knows what runs he's going to make, and he knows he'll find in that pass. Now it's important whoever's coming into that role knows that them passes, them relationships aren't going to be like Calvin, so the team has to adjust to that. The cohesion of the team is really important, but also I think the patience today. I think Huddersfield will have a go at them. I think they'll see it as a free swing. Like you say, Carlan Grant came in 2 days after I left the club. I played with Carlan at Charlton. He's an out-and-out number 9, so I'm looking forward to him playing on the left and coming inside. It's as if you have less responsibility on the left instead of being the talisman up front. He has got pace, so when Luke's bombing on down this side, it'll be interesting to see, just to make sure that Berardi and we're safe set up here. I mean, as you can see now, Ben White seems to have stepped into Calvin's position. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a proper derby. I think Huddersfield are going to have a go.
I think that's the anticipation. Huddersfield Town are looking over their shoulders still towards the relegation places in the Championship, where Leeds, of course, have much loftier ambitions for the season. And it's Huddersfield Town, the away team, who are going to get us underway. They will be kicking towards the Kop end in the first half here at Ellen Road. So Leeds have the favoured arrangements in terms of which way they play. And Huddersfield Town get the game underway with huge noise all around the stadium. Ball out on the far side is played quickly from the Leeds penalty area to Stuart Dallas, who's dragged to the ground, and that will be a free kick for Leeds United. Just a quick chance to say hello to the Gibraltar Whites, who I know are tuned in and watching this one this afternoon at the Trafalgar Sports Bar. So enjoy the coverage and fingers crossed for the right result. As the ball is outside of the penalty area for the Meslier free kick to be taken, just in from the touchline on the far side. Meslier came in and kept a clean sheet in his first game at Hull City, and if he can do the same again, then Leeds will be a long way along the road to where they want this afternoon. Luke Ayling at the back knocks it into the penalty area to Berardi for his first touch.
Yeah, you can see the pressing.
Then, and it goes across to Cooper. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Andrew. Huddersfield
they're
starting
having a go at them.
Getting their faces, and they're attacking down the right-hand side of the penalty area now. Berardi tidies up for Leeds. Hernandez, 150th appearance for Pablo Hernandez. We talked about it in the build-up to the kick-off this afternoon in his company. Quite an achievement, and his contribution has ever been oh so important this season. Saw it even in the last game at Hull City. Another great goal scored by Pablo Hernandez at a key point in the game. Another one today would be very welcome indeed.
So you can see Leeds have set up as per usual, but Huddersfield have gone with a 4-2-3-1. Emile Smith-Rowe, obviously from Arsenal, you can see he wants to drop on Ben White, and then he wants to press. So now they're setting the press.
Leeds United have got to work it out, and they're not entirely successful in doing that. But Ben White sees the ball cannon off the foot of the player in front of him, and out for a throw in. 2 Leeds midway inside their own half, over on the far side. Harrison gets his first involvement. Now Stuart Dallas on the far side touchline, in front of the east stand. Ball played forward to Click. Lovely back heel to Hernandez. Hernandez anticipates the run of Harrison and plays it into his path. Harrison on the left side, up towards the edge of the penalty area now. Loads in the box to aim at. Ball breaks for Ayling. From Luke Ayling!
He's even got the ponytail out.
He crashes the ball into the top corner of the net. A superb start for Leeds United. And Luke Ayling with a fantastic finish inside 3 minutes. Leeds United 1, Huddersfield Town 0. Wow. So Luke Ayling pops up again on the right-hand side of the penalty area and blows a kiss to the fans in the West Stand as all around the stadium find their feet to acclaim a terrific, what a strike, in off the underside of the bar. Brilliant goal.
Absolutely phenomenal goal, phenomenal technique. The one negative, you would say?
I like this.
Can the Huddersfield defender stop the cross? He did not want to stop the cross. You know, when you're looking at it, he can do more to stop the cross. He didn't, and that's what happens. So you expect the experience of Danny Simpson to get close and stop the cross. It's too easy. It's a derby game.
Former title winner with the Premier League side Leicester, but Leeds just got the bodies in the box there and perfectly picked out with the ball from one side to the other, and Luke Ayling supplied a sublime finish. Almost you knew.
Incredible finish. Yeah. Incredible finish. That could be goal of the season for Leeds.
Had to get round the ball, but did it quite magnificently. So it's just the start Leeds United wanted and needed maybe, and they come here with Bamford. Well, Bamford has come from an offside position, and the ref's assistant near side has the flag raised. I don't suppose it changes much for Huddersfield. If they were coming to have a go anyway, well, they'll continue on that path.
Yeah, you can see the manager down there has been really calm. He's telling them to be calm, carry on playing. I think what Leeds did then, they went long with that one then. I think they might have to do that a bit more today. They're going to have to look more for Bamford and miss this midfield press from Huddersfield.
Huddersfield with the free kick from the back, which Christopher Schindler takes right-footed up into the Leeds half. Really good header from Liam Cooper, the captain, but it drops kindly for O'Brien, and his header goes out wide to the far side to Willock. One of a number of players who've arrived at Huddersfield. The team has a completely different look to it, the Huddersfield team. Made a raft of signings in January.
Yeah, but what's really pleasing to see is, from my time there, Lewis O'Brien. What a talented young footballer he is. He's gone on loan to Bradford last year, and he's come in this season, took his chance, and probably in my eyes been Huddersfield's player of the year.
So they're still developing talent as Costa develops a move forward for Leeds. Now Bamford links up again with Costa on the byline. He holds the ball up, and it's a lovely piece of skill. It was audacious to beat the man, but he couldn't quite ultimately keep the ball in play.
It was an absolutely wonderful piece of skill. I think I nearly put my back out watching it up here then. Incredibly unlucky. So you can see now the way Huddersfield set up. We used to do this, whether Jonas has got a good kick, decided to play out. Now, arguably, could you say that's time wasting, or is that game management?
I think that would be game management.
Yeah, staying this time in the game. So Jonas does kick it well. If he's going to hit anyone, he'll be aiming for Carlem or Fraser Campbell.
So it's Losel, the Danish international goalkeeper, who's actually on loan. He's in his second spell with Huddersfield, actually on loan from Everton, having joined them in the summer, and out again and back to Huddersfield by January. So one of those new signings. Huddersfield with the ball in the Leeds half. Costa, though, has stepped in to intercept. Berardi to Hernandez.
That's the quick play there between the lines. That's where Leeds get out.
Costa trying to go past O'Brien, but well, he ends up on the deck.
Yeah, it was just a collision.
Either side, but Huddersfield end up with a free kick. 6.5 minutes gone here at Ellen Road. Leeds United 1, Huddersfield Town 0.
You can see Lewis O'Brien's got his body across the ball there well, and Schindler's just collided, so yeah, everyone's okay.
Free kick Huddersfield. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Losel has come out to the penalty area to take the free kick. And Losel with a right foot chips it almost into the Leeds half. Good header won by Gaetano Berardi.
Very good.
And then up on the halfway line, edge of the centre circle, and Chalabar, and then a foul through the back of Liam Cooper. And Cooper back up on his feet, recovers.
He's been an outstanding captain for this club, hasn't he?
He's been a great leader. Cooper is the captain who takes the free kick, short to the near side, and the goal scorer Ayling. Hare now successfully back tight up in the bun. And the ball goes all the way through to Losel in the penalty area, but Bamford has put pressure on and almost caused a real mix-up at the back for Huddersfield there. Stearman was the man almost caught in possession, another of those new arrivals, former Sheffield United man. And Stearman just about recovered, and Huddersfield end up with a throw-in over on the far side touchline.
I think they wanted Jonas Losel to play out to the full-back, and he's obviously played in the middle of the park, and it's danger. The way Leeds press in there. Now you can see Bamford going. Now you can see Costa going. You can see Klitsch going. And Ayling.
And again it works because the ball, well, it almost comes out over the near side touchline. But
the pressure up there forces that long pass to Leeds gain control of the ball.
So Leeds working hard both ends of the pitch. Berardi.
But now Huddersfield will press. That's their game plan.
Well, Klick has the ball in his own half. He has O'Brien tight to his back, and Berardi on the edge of the penalty area. Hernandez drops deep to help out and does a really good job in doing so. Lovely ball out to Dallas. What a pass that was.
Absolutely top draw.
And Dallas takes it on his chest and gives it wide to Harrison. Little step over the challenge from Jack Harrison. The control was good, but he couldn't quite keep the ball in play. And then Dallas in like a shot to intercept and get the ball back into touch.
It's an important tackle that then, because they were going to counter-attack then. It's really important.
The Leeds have really got the bit between their teeth in the opening stages of this game. We're inside 10 minutes. We've seen the first goal already. And Leeds United have scored another screamer. Luke Ayling, this time the man providing the finish. Huddersfield play into Leeds half. Cooper's underneath it and just launches it up in the air right in front of the East stand. Harrison sees the ball come off the back of his head and it drops for Chalabar, and Chalabar goes back to Schindler, and Bamford puts a shift in again on the edge of the penalty area as it's given back to Losel, who just clears right-footed up towards the halfway line. Dallas hands in the back of the player in front of him, Willock, and that will be a Huddersfield free kick just inside their own half. So ball over on the ground on the far side of the stadium, placed by Danny Simpson, and Simpson right-footed plays the ball up and beyond any player in white or blue and straight through to Ilan Meslier. Meslier rolls it out to Berardi, and Berardi out to Ayling on this near side. Ayling further down the line to Klick, still inside their own half. Leeds. Ayling, well, he's miscontrolled that one.
There's the press.
And that's Huddersfield doing the same job. But Hernandez read it well, steps in, loses possession. Both sides trading the ball here.
Big tackle.
Costa has to make it, and Costa does make
well
it.
Played.
Lovely play between Costa and Klick. And they get the ball to Harrison on the halfway line, and now over the halfway line. Dallas with a short ball. Now Harrison goes wide, tries to get the ball into Costa, does Stuart Dallas. But it's taken off the toes of Helder Costa by Danny Simpson. It goes out for a Leeds throw-in over on the far side. There's a high pace, high tempo to this game.
That's what you want as a derby game, don't you? You know, Huddersfield been on a real good recent run. Two excellent young British managers as well.
Throw-in comes into Hernandez. Hernandez back into his own half to Berardi, and Berardi to Ayling. And Ayling rolls the ball along the floor into the Huddersfield half to Bamford, now Costa, now Hernandez. Back it goes to Costa. Can he keep the ball in? He can. He gets across into a dangerous area, and Schindler's there. And Schindler had to be there for Huddersfield to head behind for a corner kick. Well, Helder Costa's had a great start to this game.
It's good play. I mean, straight away there, you see Leeds' identity most of the season. Brilliant in wide areas, creating crosses, creating opportunities. Can we get on the end of them now? Can Leeds get on the end of them?
So, corner kick to Leeds, first corner kick of the match. Harrison on this near side gives the signal. Jack Harrison looking for movement in the penalty area. Just gives a little extra signal there, Harrison. The hands are raised above his head, as if Leeds have just maybe decided on a change of plan. Harrison goes to the far side of the penalty area, and Lewis read it all the way and got up high, and yellow arms outstretched, took the ball above his head. And then it's up into the centre circle. Leeds have got bodies around the man in possession. Willock, but Willock still carries it over towards this near side touchline, still going Willock, and away from Costa, but Costa,
it's a foul,
giving him a little nudge.
It's a foul,
and Willock goes down, and that will be a free kick to Huddersfield, and it's very much an opportunity for them to deliver a ball into the penalty area. So it's on this near side, it's in between the edge of the penalty area and the near side touchline. It's almost level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. So a chance for Huddersfield to send men up from the back. Schindler arrives on the edge of the penalty area now. Stearman's in there as well, round about just to the left of the penalty spot. And
they need to be switched on here, especially with Stearman. Very, very good quality. Schindler as well.
And it's Grant over the ball for Huddersfield. Two-man wall, Hernandez and Harrison.
He's worked it round the back.
It goes far, and he's overhit it.
Yeah.
And it sails behind, and that will be a goal kick, and Leeds are absolutely delighted with that one.
It's good. It's good for the young keeper as well. He's got the confidence of the cop behind him. You know, ideally he will want a corner, and he can come and collect it and fall on it and relax and get the time.
Yeah, home debut for Ilan Meslier, having played 2 games for Leeds United's first team away from Ellen Road. First at Arsenal, what a place to start.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's missing this. It's a big day for this young man, and it's up to the 10 teammates in front of him to keep them away from goal as much as they can. He's got the physique of a goalkeeper, he's got the attitude.
And he takes a very short...
Well, that's the idea, that's what Leeds want to do.
Ball out the penalty area to Ben White, and then it's helped over the far side touchline from the...
But then Huddersfield have pressed high, which is, you know, what they're doing.
So it's a Huddersfield throw-in, and Simpson has gone into the Leeds half to take it for the away team, dressed in dark blue as the change colours. Ball down the line, Leeds have defending to do. Cooper steps in to stop the run of Willock down that far side touchline, and the ball goes over the touchline for a Huddersfield Town throw-in again. And a chance to deliver towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. It's given away by O'Brien. Harrison has it for Leeds. He's just happy to hook it forward. And Bamford, great turn.
It's absolutely brilliant centre-forward play.
And
any young fan watching the game and watching every game this season, with us at Sheffield United 23s, I've spoke to my 23 number 9 about Patrick Bamford. For all the stick he gets, his centre-forward play and movement and bravery is outstanding. He's a top player. He's just been a bit unlucky with chances, but his unselfishness, his movement, his bravery. Young players just out and out number 9s, because everyone wants to be a number 10, a 7, 11. Watch Bamford. He's a pleasure to watch.
And that earns Stearman a yellow card as well. So the Huddersfield Town player, as a result of the foul on Bamford in the Leeds half, now has to watch himself through the rest of the afternoon. Good header from Costa from the free kick, and Bamford's just offside, just beyond Schindler.
Do you see the movement he's got? Do you see the relationship? He knows the ball's coming out there in that area. He knows it's a touchdown. All the Leeds player back it up, they catch it up, they know what they're doing. That's what happens when a team plays together and plays together and plays together. One or two may come out the team, but the idea stays the same.
Well, Leeds have had plenty of time to build an ethos over the last couple of seasons under a masterful tactician in Marcelo Bielsa. And in these critical weeks of the season, as Ayling gets a whack in the head from Toffolo, and the referee allows play to continue with the Huddersfield man carrying the ball forward, and Ayling still down on the ground in the Huddersfield half, and the ball comes out over the near side touchline for a Huddersfield throw. Now finally, belatedly, the referee blows the whistle to go and make sure Luke Ayling's okay. But he went into head, he stooped in to head it there, and Toffolo made contact with Ayling's head and carried the ball forward through the challenge. And I think maybe Luke Ayling's a bit unlucky that he didn't get a decision in his favour there.
Yeah. I think because he was so brave and put his head down, and he got the foul. I don't think...
It wasn't much in...
I don't think Toffolo meant to foul, but however, it did look like one. I think they were more disappointed that the referee didn't stop it with a head injury.
Huddersfield have the ball with Willock. Dallas takes it off him, loses it. Willock has it back, and he goes back to Simpson behind him. Hernandez, far side for Leeds in their own half, up towards the halfway line. Bamford tries to get it away from Simpson. Simpson beats him to it, and it goes back all the way to Losel, and then into the edge of the centre circle and O'Brien. Huddersfield having a little period of possession here now, and the ball is over on this left-hand side with Grant, and now it goes back to O'Brien again, and then O'Brien drifts inside the challenge of Ben White, but it's won back by Hernandez, who's operating almost in that deep-lying midfield role just at the moment, winning the ball back for Leeds. Bamford, header out towards Costa, near side touchline. He loses it, can't control, and it's played by Rowe to this near side, but not to Grant. It's intercepted, and Leeds come away with the ball, and Berardi then is happy to go back to Meslier, and Meslier out towards the edge of the penalty area, and Liam Cooper.
Well done, young man. I think with them two senior professionals in front of him, help him through the game, manage him, make the correct decisions. Two wonderful pros in front of him.
Dallas far side over the halfway line. Well, not quite over the halfway line. Hernandez rather loses out, and then Rowe goes wide on the right hand side. Huddersfield again pushing men forward. Chalabar goes back a little to Simpson, who's waiting behind him in a advanced right back role, goes back to the halfway line, indeed back into his own half now. Simpson pursued all the way by Hernandez, and it goes all the way back to Losel, and Losel has to sprint after the ball to get a hold of it, and Huddersfield then almost created comedy capers in terms of the defending. Cooper leans into the challenge, gets away I think with a handball there, just leaned his arm into it in the manner of, and then Ayling catches Campbell a little late, and Campbell reacts furiously to the challenge. He's okay, he's back on his feet, but Ayling becomes the second recipient of a yellow card. Well, it is a derby after all.
That's not a booking, it's just it's a mistimed tackle. I worked with Fraser Campbell at Crystal Palace, brilliant professional, brilliant guy, brilliant wily pro. He knew what he was doing then, he knew it was going to be a foul. It's not like Luke smashed him, but in this day and age, referees got a booking, but for me it's not a booking. It's a derby game. He's obviously thought, right, that's the first one now, I've got to make a proper booking. Even though Stearman got booked before, he's thought, right, I've got to make a point to that. And you can see the Huddersfield Town staff are up, on the bench at it as well.
As the ball is played in low towards the edge of the box to Rowe, and it comes out towards Grant. Two Leeds players go across, one of them is Berardi. Berardi slides in as he likes to do, and he makes contact, and Huddersfield get a corner kick.
So this is Huddersfield. This is one of the Cowley's trademarks from the time at Concord Rangers to Lincoln. All the basketball studying they've done, all the movement, all the blocking. You can see now, look, they're going to work something here. Well, ultimately, look, it's the keeper's home debut. Do you put it on under him? But it'd be brilliant as this as well.
Well, Meslier is almost lost, despite the fact he wears bright orange top to toe. He's almost lost.
He is, but Meslier comes and gets this. This is
in the penalty
real
area.
Confidence,
because there must be 10 players nearly around him, 8, 9, 10 players in absolute close proximity, all around him in the 6-yard box, and the keeper somehow has got. Well, it's almost like a rugby union scrum on the goal line at the moment, with players dropping their heads and pushing each other from side to side, and Meslier somewhere at the back of it all, waiting for the ball to come across. Still the shoving goes on in the penalty area. Still we await the delivery of the ball.
Need to be careful here, because Berardi's getting hold of Fraser Campbell.
And Berardi and Campbell are doing a little dance towards and away from the goal line, and Campbell just comes straight through the back of the goalkeeper here, and it almost has to be a free kick ultimately, doesn't it?
You knew
too much going on.
Yeah.
And that's the result, because of all the jostling in there. If there was any kind of contact made on the goalkeeper in that situation, then it had to be a free kick, because
it was the foul that Stearman's made on Ayling on the floor. That's the one. Carlum Grant, poor delivery, but
interesting tactic for sure. So a lot of seconds elapsed. even before the corner kick was taken, and now before the free kick that results for Leeds is taken by Meslier.
Well played.
Nice ball out towards the near side touchline. Showed good delivery in the game at Arsenal. A couple of trickier moments given away by Berardi. That's not great. Straight onto the chest of Grant. And now Huddersfield are given an opportunity, invited to launch an attack. And Berardi with a stooping header to get the ball out, only as far as Chalabar, just outside the penalty area, comes back in for the return pass, and Meslier catches the ball off Stuart Dallas's foot, I think, there, and just drops on it, and maybe got a bit lucky, or maybe
he caught it between his legs. It's a great one too off Chalabar. I think if you just see Chalabar kick it, he sort of expected a tackle in from behind. If you watch him now, he comes in, he expects a tackle. I think Stu Dallas has done incredible to put him off, else he wouldn't have side foot, he would have driven it. And good save for the keeper.
Leeds come at the other end for the first time in a while. Hernandez can't get the ball out to Ayling, to Costa near side. Neither can Ayling, as it turns out, and it's given away, and Leeds have got to get back quickly as Huddersfield look to attack quickly, counter-attack even quickly, and Smith Rowe, as it says on the back of the shirt, knocks the ball into touch on the near side, or the ball is knocked away from him into touch on the near side, right in front of the Huddersfield Town technical area, right in front indeed. Toffolo as he takes it with Danny Cowley, and it goes down the line looking for Grant. Grant gets the ball,
he's going to shoot
away from White, and Berardi rather gets in quickly. It's a good challenge by Berardi to hold the Huddersfield man away, and then Hernandez skips away from Chalabar, and then again the pass with players waiting, click in the centre circle. Costa didn't get it on the right hand side, and again Leeds concede poor possession. Toffolo, deep cross, goes all the way beyond the penalty area and bounces once, twice, three times, and then rolls into touch on the far side of the ground.
I think that spell of game there, you can see Leeds want to break lines in the middle of the pitch, but it's important when they do that pass, it's got to be quicker, and you can't miss the pass. You can't miss the pass because Huddersfield are pressing so high. When you do miss that pass, they're at Leeds' back four.
Leeds playing out from the back now,
and they're crossing early as well. Huddersfield, if you notice, they are not turning the opportunity down to cross.
So obviously Huddersfield Town chasing a game a little even in these early stages. 23 minutes gone here at Ellen Road. Leeds United 1, Huddersfield Town 0. Luke Ayling with an absolute stormer inside the first 3 minutes of this match. Ayling has the ball at his feet now. Huddersfield have come back relatively strongly since, and Leeds just looking to build and be patient and create that platform in terms of possession, make sure that the game is played at the other end. Again, Berardi's pass is poor, straight down the middle, not for Ben White, and Grant has it now for Huddersfield on the left hand side of the penalty area, knocks it further wide to Rowe, and then Rowe up to the edge of the box, and it's held up there by Willock, but Click will step in for Leeds. Now Hernandez, now can they get this pass right as they try to break? Chalabar foul on Hernandez. I think Chalabar's maybe a bit unlucky there because first contact seemed to be with the ball.
That's not a foul.
Okay.
Obviously the ref saw that from behind and it looks like a foul, but we've seen it from up here. Chalabar's won the ball, he's kicked it onto him. You can see the Cowleys down there are extremely disappointed with that decision.
And Leeds United try and work the ball to an area where they'd rather be playing at the moment.
I just think Leeds need to, for 5-10 minutes, game manage it, miss the playing out and maybe turn them.
Hernandez on the near side, infield. Now White can stride forward for Leeds United over the halfway line.
It's a fabulous run off Bamford.
Patrick Bamford down the right hand side onto the edge of the penalty area now. Bamford up towards the edge of the box, but he's made it a little too obvious for Chalabar to slide in and intercept from the D there, and it's cleared up into the Leeds half, and Liam Cooper. Now Pablo Hernandez halfway line. Hernandez spots Harrison's run, maybe far side, keeps going himself, Pablo Hernandez. Now he knocks it wide, and it's Dallas who crosses the ball into the penalty area. Bamford's in there against Schindler. Schindler wins the header, and then it's cleared away from the edge of the box by Grant, back helping attacking midfielder, doing a defensive job, and it goes all the way up into the Leeds half, and Meslier comes out to the penalty area and plays a short pass to Liam Cooper. Now Berardi, and now Hernandez on the halfway line and into the Huddersfield half. Down the line it goes to Helder Costa. A bit more Leeds action in the Huddersfield territory now, better, as Helder Costa has the ball in from the touchline. Looks down the line to Click. Click still in possession, tries to get past the first man, manages to get the ball to Hernandez, carries his run on and gets it away from Toffolo, but he's stuck down by the corner flag currently and doesn't get the throw in, as the final touch apparently comes off his foot, and Toffolo gives him a little shove in the back, unhappy that Click didn't make the ball available to him quickly for a throw in, but then why would he? So throw into Huddersfield down by the corner flag on the near side as we watch from under the roof of the West Stand, right over the halfway line. Down the line the ball goes, straight to Berardi. Berardi into Hernandez to Click. Click on the near side touchline to Costa. Costa's marked there by Grant, gives it back to Hernandez. And Hernandez can't get past Rowe, and the ball comes off the foot of the Huddersfield man for a Leeds United throw-in.
I think if you look at the first 26 minutes or quarter of the game, however you want to say it, apart from the goal, Leeds really haven't created much. They've done a lot of good play in the middle of the areas of the pitch, but for me it's Huddersfield's match plan, how they've set out. It's up to Leeds now to game manage this. I think you need to game manage this for the next 5-6 minutes. Huddersfield obviously got into the game now, they're pressing, they know their angles of pressing, but it's just being a bit sassy with it. Taking your time on throw-ins now, taking the sting out of the game. Huddersfield want to rush things. Just take the sting out of the game, get your shape back together, get organised.
Luke Ayling with a throw-in for Leeds, attempting to do just that. Back it goes to Berardi, and then into the penalty area to Meslier. Meslier has Cooper to one side, Berardi to the other. Cooper gets it. Cooper skips away from a challenge, but is bundled to the ground in the process. So Leeds will be more than happy that play stops. And will resume again, ultimately, maybe in a few seconds' time with a free kick midway inside their own half. Cooper over the ball to take it. Indicates maybe he's thinking unusually for Leeds of going a little bit longer with this one. He does, he delivers diagonally out towards his right-hand side of Ayling. Great ball as well.
A fabulous pass.
Ayling, well, the idea from Luke Ayling was the right idea. He wanted to curl the ball in between the two defenders, the centre-half and the full-back for the run of Costa, but he put too much in it and it sailed beyond the Leeds man and everybody else and behind for a goal kick. Losel goes to retrieve the ball.
I think he's going to hit the left full-back here.
There's a short ball on for Losel, in the shape of Schindler. Stearman has Bamford in front of him and it goes long ultimately, and Ayling wins the header back for Leeds. And because they've kept the defender deep, nobody's offside. Bamford's chasing and trying to put pressure on Losel, so he has to work the ball around Patrick Bamford. Diving header on the halfway line. It's a good one from Cooper.
Really
now
good
Harrison over on the touchline, tight to it, ball into the oncoming Stuart Dallas. Dallas trying to keep the ball for Leeds United, and he's committed a foul, just a little hand in the opponent's back there.
Yeah, it's good tracking back from Lewis O'Brien. He spotted Dallas's run and tracked back, and it's a foul, you know. He's pushed him a little bit and he slipped. It's the right idea, trying to get a little bit of collaboration on the far side of the pitch, a bit of harmony where Leeds are strong in the wide areas, but young Lewis O'Brien's trapped back brilliant.
So free kick again to Huddersfield. Losel all in yellow with the right foot ball clipped up into the Leeds half. Berardi allows the ball to go beyond him. The flag's up anyway, so it's going to be an offside free kick for Leeds United, and Meslier just rolls it forward to Liam Cooper so that he can take it. Not too far outside of the centre circle as Cooper again goes for the long diagonal to this right hand side, this time to Costa. Costa takes it down, tries to work the ball beyond Toffolo, comes off the back of Toffolo, and then Costa can't keep the ball in play, and he's a bit disgruntled with Toffolo's challenge, and Huddersfield are happy to have a throw in when the Leeds fans down in the West Ham were appealing for a free kick. Toffolo, the man involved, takes it, gives it straight to Hernandez though. Now Costa, and Hernandez lays it off to Ben White. Ben White, and it comes to Click, to Bamford on the edge of the penalty area. Back it goes to Click. Well, no, Chalabar just stepped in. It was slightly under hit from Patrick Bamford.
This is where they got to manage it, the transition.
Because Huddersfield
straight line running
quickly.
Got to get back in.
Ball over on the right side with Willock. Infield it comes to O'Brien, then Chalabar. Huddersfield have come back to go forward. Toffolo trying to get past Costa. Good foot in from Costa, but still Huddersfield have the possession with O'Brien. Pursued by Hernandez, goes wide over towards the far side touchline as Ben White tries to get the ball back for Leeds. Still Huddersfield have it now with Willock over on the far side touchline, midway inside the Leeds half still. Looking for movement. Simpson can't provide it. Harrison maybe can start something for Leeds here. Harrison infield to Hernandez, who has Costa going down this right hand side if he can pick him out. Hernandez round the first challenge, never saw Helder Costa, and it's one of those rare moments with Pablo Hernandez where you might say to him, Pablo, just get your head up and have a little look.
I think the unselfish run of Bamford as well on the left there. But when you're on the pitch and you're in the moment and you've got your head down and you're running, sometimes players don't see it, you miss it.
Easy said from up here.
But very, Very unlike the master that is Hernandez that missed that pass. But I think we'll let him off.
Costa and Pablo Hernandez trying to link up on the edge of the Huddersfield penalty area now. Toffolo stretches in and gets a foot to it. Heavy strapping on the left leg of Toffolo, the former Lincoln City man playing at this high level. Another one who's come in recently, Berardi, challenging unsuccessfully as it turns out now. Huddersfield break quickly over the halfway line with O'Brien. He has runners to his right as White tries to send him out over on this near side. He slips and still O'Brien gets the ball up to the edge of the penalty area, and Huddersfield have bodies over. Far side, Willock turns goalwards. Dallas has got a foot in, and Dallas's foot in knocks the ball behind from Willock's attempt at a shot.
You see, I spoke to you a few minutes ago about game management, the championship, getting promotions, winning leagues. 31 minutes. Leeds, you could argue, say, are they on top, Bryn?
Have been maybe in the last few minutes.
Yeah, but apart from that, it's been a very even game.
Yeah.
So these are the times you need to stop transitions, slow the game down. Ultimately, a corner in, now set piece. So first and foremost, you can see it's an outswinger. So it's either going to be a pull back on the floor or it's a drive. It's not going to be in swinging on the keeper.
Not such a massive.
I think they're going to pull it back on the floor.
It looks like it's it's Grant over on the far side to take it. It's a right-footed corner kick that he's going to deliver.
I've got a funny feeling it's going to be an outswinger on the floor, maybe the 10. Maybe Willock's going to make a run and someone's going to come round the back, Shabalala for a shot.
There's no corner at the moment because the referee's having a long old chat with Christopher Schindler and Liam Cooper in the penalty area. Sends the two Warriors back into the crowd scene around Meslier. Not quite as dramatic as it was from the previous corner kick, presumably because the ball is going to go outwards this time. It does come out and the heads go up there, and Stearman was up against above Cooper. It's still in there for Leeds to clear. It's still in there as the ball is at the feet of Grant, who goes to the ground. The referee looks at it and Leeds can break quickly as Costa is running down the near side. It's Harrison who gets the ball from Bamford on the left hand side. First time ball played into Costa in the penalty area to Bamford. Oh no, not quite to Bamford, just ahead of Patrick Bamford. What a breakout that would have been. Helder Costa just put slightly too much on the ball into the path of the Leeds number 9, and it rolled beyond him and went out.
That's nearly a wonderful counter-attack from nearly a penalty. It was a fabulous tackle in Leeds' penalty area. You can see the quality and the vision that Bamford had, and in all fairness to Costa, really unlucky with the touch back across. Really unlucky.
So one of those sweeping movements from one penalty area to the other. This time doesn't bring a goal for Leeds, but they do, with the pressure from Ayling, win a throw-in rather in the Huddersfield half. So Huddersfield not allowed to sit and enjoy possession for too long either. Berardi's
forced 2 or 3 passes now.
Straight ball that went.
The captain just needs to get hold of him and say, relax. Stop forcing passes, play the simple pass.
Harrison has it for Leeds over on the far touchline. That's a simple ball back into the path of Liam Cooper, and then Cooper again.
See, Leeds are winning 1-0. So keep the ball until Huddersfield press, and when they press, then you've got the quality with Hernandez to find a way through. Don't need to force it. Look,
Helder Costa
keep the ball.
The near side touchline. Leeds holding a bit of possession. Good. Back into their own half from Ayling.
Move the ball quick.
The centre circle to Liam Cooper to the left hand side, and Stuart Dallas, and Dallas happy to come back to Liam Cooper with.
Don't force it.
35 minutes almost up on the clock here. Ball over on the far side touchline with Dallas to Harrison. Back in field to Dallas.
It's a foul.
Dragged back there.
That's a booking. That's got to be a booking.
Well, yeah, because Dallas is on his way, and it is a yellow card for Willock. And it was a lovely piece of link-up play between Harrison and Dallas, and it threatened to really open things up for Leeds down the channel left side. But Dallas had arms round his waist, pulled him to the ground, Willock, and it's a free kick Leeds and a yellow card.
You can see that the manager and his coaching staff have worked on that movement, because 7 or 8 minutes ago they tried that exact same one with the 1-2 inside and they were unlucky. And then you saw before as well when Lewis O'Brien trapped back and get the foul. That might be a key little area of the pitch tactically today.
Hernandez will take the free kick that results for Leeds United. Movement on the edge of the box as it swung in towards the penalty spot. Flag's gone up on the near side.
Yeah, Huddersfield had a really good line then.
They stepped up quickly and caught Leeds out. And that will be a free kick, almost on the penalty spot. And Lössl is going to take it for them, the goalkeeper. Right-footed, goes long with this one. Ben White's behind it, cushions a header into Stuart Dallas. Dallas holds the ball on the halfway line to Hernandez. And then Hernandez back to White, back to Hernandez. And then it goes back to Ben White on the edge of the centre circle. And Ben White then switches play to Costa, who comes back to retrieve the ball from White. And now he has Ayling, but he goes inside to Click, and it's a layoff for Ayling. It's a lovely ball into Harrison. Oh, just wide from Jack Harrison. Fantastic build-up play from Leeds United then. Jack Harrison knows as he looks to the heavens that could so easily have been 2-0.
The up back through passing movement with Click and Ayling was superb. The weight of the cross side foot, it had everything. In fact, I even think he's caught it too well. He's aimed for the far, he shanks that, it probably goes in. Lovely bit of play, but yet again you can see the identity. Get the ball wide, create overloads, cross the ball. That's two clear chances back post now. The first one of the game was Luke's goal, the second one there. Huddersfield are weak at the back post. Leeds need to recognise that.
Well, Leeds have got to recognise that they have a free kick to defend against for the time being, because Berardi committed a foul in going looking for the ball, and Schindler from the halfway line clips it up to the edge of the penalty area. Ayling is there to win the header. Costa gets it off Hernandez, and then Costa under pressure is pushed to the ground. Referees must have spotted that when he has.
first proper attacking chance. Between the left edge of the penalty area and the touchline, Karlan Grant will deliver the free kick. A two-man wall. Grant's gone high, too high. Got underneath it, and it's a goal kick. Poor clearance by Berardi, straight onto the chest of Karlan Grant of Huddersfield Town. And Town can set up camp now inside Leeds' half. Topolov's cross, headed away to the edge of the box, and Chalobah will collect it. 1-2 with Campbell. Chalobah will take the return, and his shot is smothered just about, sitting down as he did so by Meslier, the young keeper. He only just got behind her. Nice move, orchestrated by Trevor Chalobah. Hernandez seems to pass very close to the opponents, but he's found Ben White, who twists the pass across the park to find Costa. Clicks back heel. First time ball from Elling. Backstick Harrison drills a volley across the face of goal. A golden chance for 2-0 missed by Leeds.
But it remains 1-0 here at Elland Road between Leeds United and Huddersfield Town. Do continue to send in your messages. 81333 on the text. WYS at the front of that text message. You can tweet your thoughts in as well, Huddersfield Town fans. At WYS Daily. Time now to bring you some of the scores happening elsewhere in the Premier League. The early kick-off. Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 1. Liverpool coming from behind in that game to take all 3 points. Half-time elsewhere in the Premier League. Arsenal 0, West Ham United 0, Crystal Palace 1, Watford 0. Jordan Ayew getting the goal for Roy Hodgson in that game. Elsewhere, Sheffield United 1, Norwich City 0. Billy Sharp scoring for the Blades in that tie. Elsewhere, Southampton 0, Newcastle United 0, Wolves 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. The late kick-off in the Premier League sees Burnley host Tottenham Hotspur. Into the Championship, the early kick-off, Bristol City 1, Fulham 1. Half-time elsewhere at Oakwell, Barnsley 0, Cardiff City 0, Birmingham City 1, Reading 0. Here's a scoreline for you. Brentford 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. The pressure continues to mount on Gary Monk's shoulders. Charlton Athletic 0, Middlesbrough 1. Crucial fixture for Huddersfield Town in their bid to stay in the Championship. A lot of teams playing one another in that area. The dogfight, as it's been called in the Championship, is Jonathan Woodgate's side who lead in that game. Preston North End 1, Queen's Park Rangers 0, Stoke City 3, Hull City 0, as the Tigers continue to plummet down the Championship table. Swansea City 0, West Bromwich Albion 0, and the final scorelines to bring you from the Championship. Significance for Huddersfield Town, of course. Wigan Athletic 0, Luton Town 0.
Your station for sport.
BBC Radio Leeds.
Well, joining us in the commentary position here at Elland Road now, they've swapped once more. Noel Whelan is back with us.
Afternoon.
Good to see you again.
Yes.
Good performance from your lots, but should be further ahead.
Yeah, probably. I would say that. I think we've dominated. We did say before the game when I came on to join you guys that, you know, we like to dictate play. We like to change up the tempo. We're very good at slowing it down, then speeding it up in the right areas. I quite honestly don't think that your two wingers in Willock and Karlan Grant have had anything to do but track back. I don't think they've ever had a game like this throughout the Championship season where they've had to do that much defending, because our wing-backs, like I said, love to get really high, get into the box, and you can't let them go. You've got to track them back, and that just means that when they get the ball in the final third, they're going to be shattered.
Sounds like you're in a battle at the moment, Noel, with a lady who is on the microphone. You'll be able to hear it in the background. I can't quite make out what she's saying.
That's a squeal going on down there as well.
We discussed the fact that Chris Willock, one of the wingers from Huddersfield Town, there was an air of risk about that selection because of the defensive duties that will be expected of him. It seems like Town are falling short in that regard in the pitch.
Well, I think Carlin Grant, he looked shattered at one point. He really did, because of the work rate that he was put under by Luke Ayling getting forward. No different to the opposite side, Stuart Dallas. You see what we play. We're very much down the wings, and that's not just the wingers, because I think Costa's been shocking. I think he's been terrible, quite frankly. But Luke Ayling getting forward, you can't leave them. As a winger, you've got to track the fullback. I don't think they've had any kind of work like they've had to do today in the Championship so far. I mean, they just love to get forward, Stuart Dallas. He's see that. It's a great occasion for them to be here. They make the atmosphere as much as the Leeds United fans. Let's hope for a good second half.
You'll certainly hear it here. Huddersfield dedicated coverage on BBC Radio Leeds DAB Digital. If you want Leeds United coverage, you need to head over to 92.4 FM. We best let you go. Pope is getting twitchy. He's struggling. He doesn't know where you are, Noel. He's worrying. Yes, you need to head over to 92.4 FM and Freeview TV channel 719 for Leeds bias coverage of what is the 80th West Yorkshire derby on BBC Radio Leeds. Stay right where you are, Huddersfield Town fans, if you want unashamedly biased coverage towards Huddersfield Town. And yes, we've got you lot getting in touch on the text and tweet saying, hang on, what's all this biased coverage? Well, if you want Leeds coverage, 92.4 FM is where you need to head. You'll hear the voices of Adam Pope, Noel Whelan and Johnny Buchan right here on DAB Digital. The voices of Paul Ogden, former Huddersfield Town goalkeeper Matthew Glidden, and myself, Jamie Rayner. We're with you right the way through until 6 o'clock this evening. Don't forget the Football Forum after the full time whistle. 0800 389 3333 is the number to call, Huddersfield Town fans. It's your chance to have your say on all things Town. Like I say, we'll be with you right the way through until 6 o'clock this evening. The Leeds United players are out here at Elland Road doing their warm-ups. No sign of Huddersfield Town just yet. No doubt they'll be receiving their message from Danny and Nicky Cowley. What do Town need to do, in your opinion, Town fans, to get back into this game? How do they go about trying to get a bonus point, really, given the context of the Championship table?